Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another awesome episode of Livewire TV. I am super excited that you are here because Livewire TV is a place where we like to talk all about business strategies, marketing strategies, and mindset strategies to elevate your life. Livewire TV is a part of Livewire Media, where we do corporate videography and video marketing to help you to get the results that you're looking for in your business. And this week on Livewire TV, I've got an incredible, super bubbly guest for you guys. Nigel, welcome to the show.
Hey, Rahini, thanks for having me back.
So Nigel came on a few months ago and he absolutely crushed it with his knowledge, his skills, his energy, everything. So for those of you who don't know Nigel is the selling guru. He makes selling fun. Literally, like if you hate sales, you'll want to watch this one. So in today's show, we're talking all about why the majority of business owners aren't really happy, why they're not really fulfilled. But before we get into that, Nigel, tell us a bit about who you are.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Nigel Campbell, and I'm here to help predominantly small business owners. And the way that I do that is by offering training, group training, one-to-one training, sorry. I have an online academy where you can do courses. And I also have a support network, which is a Facebook group. And that's it, really. I'm on a mission to get as many business owners educated as I possibly can, because you guys, you keep getting left behind. So got to try and help you. Hey, Ben Kelly. Boop, boop.
Hey, Ben. So, yeah, if you have any questions for Nigel, drop them in the comment section below and we'll be answering them live for you. So, Nigel, why? I guess the question on most people's mind is, why are the majority of business owners not happy?
Okay, so when you asked me for a topic, I thought, oh, what can I put to be really controversial? Because I don't really do controversially. And I thought this was actually a really good one. This is just my opinion, but from my experience of speaking to business owners over the years, I've come to the conclusion that a lot of them aren't happy with their business. There's always something they're not happy with. And this isn't just small business owners, this is big owners as well. But they're not happy with the amount of sales they're getting, or they're not happy with the amount of leads that they're not getting, or they're not happy with their marketing, or they're not happy with, their prices. They want to put their prices up. There's always something that is stopping them from kind of truly being happy in their business. And the same goes for the multimillionaires. I work with other coaches who've got some real high-end clients who they aren't happy.
You work with businesses from like all over the spectrum, right from startup stage to mega millions. Yeah.
But the thing is, business never ends. And this is the thing, you see. And I think this is why business owners do struggle to get happy, because if you think about it, we all have this kind of hurdle, this goal. So yeah, when I get here, everything's going to be all right. And then you get there and it's like, oh.
Now you want more.
Now I want more. So that moment where you're supposed to stop and go, yeah, I achieved that goal that I had, you never actually stop and appreciate it, because you're thinking, well, what should I be doing next? Why can't I do that? Why can't I do this? So that's my conclusion. If anyone wants to disagree with me, then feel free. I want to hear from you, happy business owners. But in my experience, I've very rarely come across an elated business owner who's doing cartwheels about their business. Because if you make money, that's fantastic. But even making lots of money brings problems. If you get lots of customers, guess what? That brings problems, because you might not have capacity to deal with them. So, sorry.
So are you basically saying that the reason the majority of small businesses, they're not happy because they've always got that feeling of, I want more, or I deserve more?
There's always something else that they have to try and do, learn, implement, overcome.
Isn't that just human nature, Nigel?
That is human nature, but when you're running a business, it's magnified, isn't it? If you've got a job and you got a dodgy customer on the phone, you've got to speak to your manager. They take all the pressure. When you're in business and you're having a crisis, if you haven't got a support network, it's you, yourself, and you. So, yeah, you're right, though. It is human nature. But in a business, I feel that for some, it's magnified because if you got to remember, so many people are setting up a business to secure their own future. So if things aren't going on that path, well, you know what happens when you kind of expect something, it doesn't happen. It just leads to disappointment. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I wanted to be controversial.
I challenge someone.
Ben, you're right. You can't work with me and be unhappy. It's impossible. In fact, you wouldn't even get past my filtering system.
Yeah, honestly. Nigel, your energy just rubs off on everybody.
The thing is, and someone said this to me recently, it's like, oh God, you're so energetic. It's other people, believe me, I do sit at home in the quiet sometimes. But yeah, it's other people. But yeah, you're right. I mean, as you know, I do sales training, and a lot of the sales trainers, some of the, sorry, I won't say a lot. Some of the sales trainers I've come across have been very quite methodical. It's a bit stiff, and learning's supposed to be fun. So, everything that I do with the marketing training, the sales training, there's got to be an element of fun in there, because if not, it's just like, well, it's like watching Open University, isn't it? Like,
what do you do to make it fun then?
Story narrative. So I mean, one of my famous ones was using the analogy of feed breadcrumbs to the ducks. And people didn't get it at first, but when I explained to them how the ducks, you throw breadcrumbs, they follow you. If you led them back to your car, what would happen? I said, oh, we're getting your boot. I said, yeah, that's marketing. So rather than saying, oh yes, if you have a funnel and you send some Upton leads there, and I mean, that's the kind of technical way of saying it. But some people need to hear about these things and just plain simple English that they can understand. So that's how I try and make it fun. Try and make it interesting. Try and make it relatable. Something else I do in the sales training, we do a lot of role play. When I say to students that we're going to do role play, you can see the colour drain out of their face. But it's fun. I make it fun. I make it sort of a smiling while they're doing it, rather than seeing it. Oh my God, I've got to speak and I've got to do a presentation. You just learn. I just think that people learn better when they've got a smile on their face. So.
Now, we spoke earlier about, not feeling fulfilled once you kind of reach a goal. And do you feel like that comes from a lack of fulfillment elsewhere?
I think one of the look, we're all human. We all have dreams.
Yeah.
We all put things in place, and one of the worst things that we do is then plan how that thing is going to go. And that's not just in business, that's in relationships, that's a night out with your family. I think when you're in business, especially when you're trying to kind of move ahead, you're trying to kind of be better than working for somebody.
Yeah. I
think for some people it feels more magnified. Oh, when I worked in corporate, I earned 40 grand a year. How much did your business do? Well, just about scrape. It's that, but what I would say to somebody like that is, look, if all your bills have been paid, okay, you haven't earned the money, but guess what you have had? You've had choices. You've had the time to make decisions based on what you want, rather than some guy saying, hey, Bill, get that done now. Yeah. But when you're in it, it's sometimes hard to kind of see that positive switch. The positive.
So how do you see it then? Because a lot of business owners, they're very much like in the thick of it, and they've very much got the tunnel vision of where they want to go.
I think you've just said it, in the thick of it. I think, some people are really proud that they do 50 and 60-hour weeks.
Yeah.
Even during COVID. And for me, that's like you're just heading towards something that ain't going to be positive. It is about taking time out. It is about walking away sometimes. You sitting at your desk and doing an extra post on social media ain't going to change the world if you're not feeling, great. Walk away. Go and gather your thoughts. Go and speak to someone who has nothing to do with business. Walk your dog. Speak to your kids. Just find something else to take your mind off. I tell you what, and this, Rahini, whenever we have a problem as a human being, and you try not to worry about it, but what I do, I throw it into my subconscious. So what I do before I go to bed, I say, right, I want to have an answer to this question, blah, 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 and I'll go to bed. I've woken up before at 3:30 in the morning with the answer. jumped out of bed and rolled it. Other times I've woken up and gone, bloody hell. And it's really strange because the answer's always really obvious. But because you've been on it, in it, focused, you ain't seeing any other outside perspective. You're just thinking, oh, I can't get this sorted. It's happened to me so many times where I've walked away from something frustrated, flung it in there, woke up next day, oh, bloody hell, why didn't I just do that?
Yeah. I've often had moments like that, like when I'm in the shower or when I'm going for a walk or something.
Oh, creativity when you're not doing anything, that's when you're most creative. How many times when you're washing up have you thought, oh my God, I need a pen and paper, I've got to write this down. Where you gone? But yeah, that's it. That's when the creativity comes. And this is what I'm saying to people is if you are down, you are feeling unhappy, if something's on your head, just walk away for a bit. Go and speak to somebody who has nothing to do with business, or speak to somebody who has got something to do with business. Just reach out because, you know, life's too short to be unhappy, especially in your business when you're trying to build yourself something. Too short, man. Too short.
Absolutely. So Nigel, what would be your top 3 tips to help business owners to elevate their mindset, but also their business?
Top 3. I don't
want the generic stuff. I want the real meaty stuff.
Meaty stuff. Oh my God. Elevate. Okay. I mean, I think one of the things which will make business owners happier was if they knew what actions they were taking which had an effect on their business. So the one thing I would say is if you don't know the result of your activities, the results of your efforts, and by that I mean simple tracking software, not a Facebook like or a share, but actually, oh, someone's gone to my webpage, or get that set up. You know, because what that will do is it will give you faith and belief that the things you are doing are actually doing something. Okay, it might not generate you millions and millions of pounds, but if you can prove to yourself that, hey, I did a post on social media and people went to my product page. Oh, they didn't buy, but that's another story. We'll worry about that in a bit. But at least I know that if I do that, then I can get that.
Yeah.
That'd be one thing I'd recommend, definitely. Meaty stuff. You've really put me on the spot now, Rohini. Let me think. You see, there's a mixture here. Okay, I am going to go back to the mindset stuff for a minute.
Yeah.
And we have covered it already, but walk away. Walk away. You'll be surprised at how much further you move forward when you come back the next day. This thing does get tired. And when it gets tired, it don't function. You think it's functioning because you can still kind of see and talk, but it ain't doing all the things it should be doing. So walk away. Yeah. And I think the third thing, and this is something that I've only really kind of learned over the last 12 months, is if your finances allow it, get yourself somebody to support you, whether that be a coach, whether that be a mentor, whether you join a mastermind, where it's just you and several others, not lots of others. And that can be your crutch, that can be your support network, that can be your safe space to say, I'm blooming well peed off, and blah, 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 blah. And these guys aren't going to judge you, but what they will do is listen, and then they will share their own experiences. And from those experiences that you hear, guess what this is going to do? It's going to say, hey, we could try that. How about doing this instead? So that's what I'd say.
There's so many amazing coaches, amazing masterminds, and it's amazing when you put the message out there to the universe, like things just open up to you.
They do. I mean, I've got a coach now. I've had one before. I've had a couple, but I've got one now again.
Yeah.
There was about 3 or 4 people I was kind of like looking at, going, I wonder. But you know, I'll sit here and I'll say to her, look, I ain't the expert at everything. I don't know the whole world and everything. You know, I know that for me to go to the next level, that I need someone to kick my ass as well.
Yeah,
because it's easy for me to sit here and go, hey man, but no, I want to be stretched and pushed as far as I can. So you know, if the budget allows, get yourself a coach, get yourself someone who's gonna pull you. Why ain't you done that homework? That's what I'm like.
Yeah. Someone who's going to keep you accountable.
Yeah, accountable, support. You know, I was speaking to one of my clients today, and they're going through some quite personal issues, And what's really weird about it, and it's amazing how in tune I am with people, but I knew there was something wrong from a message that I received from her, and then from a 10-second look that I had of her today, because Zoom was playing up, so we never actually got time to kind of do Zoom. We had to do it on the phone, but I knew I could feel that she. Oh.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk anything to do with sales or marketing. We just spoke about.
You just felt her energy.
Let her speak, let her get it out, let her vent. And at the end of it all, I says, listen, we'll talk again in 2 weeks, but if you want to vent in between then and now, feel free to call me. Because, and anybody can challenge me on this, but how often, as a business owner, as an individual, as a person, does someone ask you about you? Are you all right? Yeah, it's all right. Okay, then. No one ever digs deeper than that. Are you all right? Yeah. Okay, then. An opportunity. Exactly. So an interview like this, which is perfect for every business owner, because guess what? This is a chance for someone to ask you questions and for you to actually tell your truth. Tell the world. I remember being in sales and for Groupon, and I went in to see there's a little market town, Eccleshare, I think it was, and I went into I think it was a beauty salon, and this lady in there, I walked in, she's like, "Oh, hello!" She jumped up and "Who are you?" And I was like, "I'm Nigel from Groupon." "Oh my god! Oh, sit down." "You want a coffee?" And I can get some sandwiches. I'm thinking, good God, this was exciting. I was thinking, yeah, man. The reality was, I was the first person who'd been in that business that day.
Yeah.
So that lady, and I don't know what, it's quite a small town, so I imagine that she may have 2 or 3 days where she's busy, but the rest is very much. But she was overwhelmed that I'd walked into this business, and because I then spent an hour with her, I was asking her question after question, not about her business, but about life, about where she's from. And she loved it. Loved it. Followed me on Facebook and Instagram and everything. But it's the same for business owners. Because we don't have anyone to communicate with, because we have no one to dig a bit deeper. And this is where a coach and a mentor and masterminds and things help, because you've got people in there who are like, yeah, I'm going to ask you some searching questions, man. But being asked those questions allows you to speak your truth, allows you to kind of get those thoughts out, which you've not been able to say. So,
yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Nigel, where can people get in touch with you and find you?
Right. You can find me. I have a website called nigel-campbell.com, or when I used to do networking, nigel-campbell.com. I've also got a Facebook group called Love Sales, Hate Selling, for people who love sales but hate selling. And I've got an online academy. But if you want to reach out to me, website, Facebook group, or even personal Facebook, you don't have to join the group. Come and find me on Facebook, link up, let's have a talk. It's good to connect. It's good to talk. If I can help you, I certainly will. If I can't help you, I'll certainly try.
I would definitely recommend connecting with Nigel, because honestly, his knowledge and his energy will definitely rub off on you. He may not come across like it, but honestly, he's such you're so knowledgeable and humble about it.
My background is sales. I had 26 years face-to-face selling.
Wow.
Of which across different sectors. I sold into the NHS. I've sold to bursars of private schools, ex-army bursars. These guys are used to giving orders and stuff. Boards of directors. The most fun I had was when I was selling advertising and marketing. I won't mention all the names, but that really gave me an insight into the struggles that business owners had. It's knowledge. It's part of the fact that, I had a lot of training. A lot of it's kind of self-taught. I learned HTML when HTML was first a thing. Well, not first a thing, but I took a HTML course in 1995. So I could build website. My first website was called 0800 Man. And guess what I was offering? 0800 numbers. And nothing's really changed, if I'm honest. The internet that was out in 2005 is still the same internet now. It's just that it's bigger and more prevalent. But the problems which business owners had then, same issues, just in a different way. And I think it's harder now for business owners because, back in the good old days, you had to either go in Thompson's Local, Yellow Pages, or the BT phone book, and then maybe the local newspaper or the parish mag. Now you've got like 10,000 different things you can do to market your business. It's any wonder these business owners aren't happy, because they're thinking, well, this isn't working. Which one of the other 999,000 options shall I try?
Yeah.
So,
Totally agree with you on that one. But guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all of your comments as well. Really, really appreciate it. If you're watching on the replay and you have a question for Nigel, drop them in the comment section below.
reach out.
Just comment replay. We'd love to know if you're watching or not. And join us next week right here live by TV, 7 p.m. GMT time. We're going to be talking to another incredible business owner to help you to learn all about marketing. It's going to be an amazing session.
I'm going to tune into that one.